Good morning, brothers and sisters. We are going to be, in this word, we are going to be looking at the importance of a prophet's role in your life and you establishing your identity in God. We're going to begin this word in Genesis 20. We're going to revisit Abraham and Abimelech, their interaction. So we begin where Abimelech takes Sarah from her husband. No, he did not know that Abraham was Sarah's husband and not her brother because she said it was her brother. So we're going to begin at the 6th verse. Then God said to him in the dream, "Yes, I know you did this with a clear conscience, and so I have kept you from sinning against me. That is why I did not let you touch her. Now return the man's wife, for he is a prophet, and he will pray for you, and you will live." So we have where Abraham had to pray. Abraham, who is God's representative on earth, had to pray for the person for them to be healed. We see also with Job that Job had to pray for his friends for them to be forgiven, for them to be healed also. There we see the role of the prophet. Now we're going to go over to First Samuel and we're going to begin at the 9th verse. Once they Once when they had finished eating and drinking in Shiloh, Hannah stood up. Now Eli the priest was sitting in his chair by the doorpost of the Lord's house. In her deep anguish, Hannah prayed to the Lord, weeping bitterly, and she made a vow, saying, "Lord Almighty, if you will only look on your servant's misery and remember me, and not forget your servant, but give her a son, that I will give him to the Lord all the days of his life, and no razor will ever be used on his head." Now, this is the Nazarite's vow that we had. Jesus took that vow because he never had a razor upon his head, and many others in the Bible. As she kept on praying to the Lord, Eli observed her mouth. Hannah was praying in her heart, and her lips were moving, but her voice was not heard. So she kept her prayer between her and the Most High God. Eli thought she was drunk and said to her, "How long are you going to stay drunk? But put away your wine." "Not so, my lord," Hannah replied. "I am a woman who is deeply troubled. I have not been drinking wine or beer. I was pouring out my soul to the Lord. Do not take your servant for a wicked woman. I have been praying here out of my great anguish and grief." Eli answered, "Go in peace, and may the God of Israel grant you what you have asked of him." She said, "May your servant find favor in your eyes." Then she went her way and ate something, and her face was no longer downcast. Now, may I suggest, as I was reading this passage and I thought about everything that I have discovered, it takes sometimes for God's word through his servant, his prophet, to align with your actions and your words at the right time. Know thyself. Sometimes if you are beseeching God for something for some time and one route is not working, maybe you need to go through the Bible, and maybe you need to think and beseech the throne of grace and ask for intervention from God and allow him to lead you. May God bless you and have a wonderful day. Hannah wanted something from God, so she went to God. Notice the tools that she used. She used her words, she used action. She would not stop coming to God year after year. She had the heart of her husband, Elkanah. She fasted also because it stated that she would not eat. And she prayed. And this one time, maybe she's done this many, many times, but this one time, her heart was pure, her heart was open, and she saw that the favor of the servant of God, and he came and he blessed her. What she wanted from God, she went to God with it. So what you want and something from God, you have to go to God to get it and to seek his face continually. Don't stop.